Welcome back to my channel, and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you all of the March releases that I am excited for. So I have them all written down on this in this notebook, so I will be referring to this throughout the video. I have quite a few that are coming out this month that I'm really excited through, so I'm just going to run through them and let you know which ones I'm interested in checking out. So first we have The Fall Risk by Abby Jimenez. This one is a short story which I have already downloaded from the Amazon First Reads that they do each month. This one I'm really looking forward to. I love Abby Jimenez's books. I've read quite a few of them. I've not read all of them, but I've read quite a few of them. And as I say, this one is just a short story that's going to be available. I believe it is also going to be available on Kindle Unlimited. Then we have Wild Side by Elsie Silver. I'm super excited for this one. This is the third book in her, I think it's called Rose Hill series. This one is a series of single dad books, and I love single dad romances, so I'm really excited for this one. I have pre-ordered a copy from WH Smith. It's the special edition with the like shiny foiling, which I'm really looking forward to. Then we have the Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Laurie Gilmore. I am really enjoying this series. This series is a small town romance series. They are a bit steamy, but they are kind of cutesy as well. I love the cover for this one. The cover is absolutely stunning, and I can't wait for this to come out. I have pre-ordered a copy from the library. Then we have This Book Will Bury Me by Ashley Winstead. This one is a mystery, I believe. I don't know too much about the plot of this one, but I have read from Ashley Winstead previously. She started out writing mysteries, and she has dabbled in the romance genre as well. I've only read her romances, but I do have quite a few of her mysteries on my TBR to check out, and this one I am looking forward to. Not overly keen on the cover, but I'm still interested. Then we have Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. I don't know anything about the plot for this one, but I am really excited for it because I read Ready or Not by Cara Bastone last year and really enjoyed it. I've read some of her previous ones that she has, like the Audible like exclusives, but Ready or Not I think was the first kind of full-length novel that I read from her, and I really enjoyed that one, so I have high hopes for this one. Then we have Kills Well with Others by Deanna Raybourn. This one I am intrigued by. I didn't love the first one, but I liked the premise of it. So the first one was called, I think, Killers of a Certain Age, and it was basically about these older women who had been hired killers in their past, and they'd kind of gotten to an age where they were looking at potentially retiring, but then it seemed that people were going after them. And this one I believe is a sequel following the same characters. I don't know much more than that, but I am looking forward to it. Then we have Fan Service by Rosie Dannon. This one sounds really interesting. So we have our female main character who writes fan fiction online, or is very much into a fandom of a TV show which is a werewolf detective show, but she's not really a fan of the actor who is the lead in that TV show, and then he is the hero of the book, and he, I think, turns into a werewolf. It sounds really odd. Sounds like it's going to be fun. Definitely looking forward to that one. Then we have Story of My Life by Lucy Score. I really enjoy Lucy Score's writing. I've read quite a few of her books, and I don't know too much about the plot of this one, but I'm looking forward to it. The thing with Lucy Score's books is sometimes they can be a little bit too on the long side, but I'm hoping that this one will be good. And yes, I have got a copy reserved from the library. Then we have Merit by Devney Perry. This one is part of her sports romance series that she's reading. I have the other 3 books already downloaded on my Kindle, but I am yet to read them. But I have put this one on the list because I am looking forward to it. I do really want to read this series. I enjoy Devney Perry's writing, and I haven't read I think this is her only sports romance that she's got. She usually typically writes small town romances, but I'm excited to check out something different from her. Then we have The Lady Sparks a Flame by Elizabeth Everett. This is a historical romance series. I think it's the second book. I've not actually read the first book yet, but I have still interested to check it out. She wrote the I think it was called the Lady Scientist series or something like that, which was a little bit different. All of the female characters were scientists, which was interesting and a kind of a bit of a unique spin. So definitely looking forward to that. Then we have From Nowhere by Jewel E. Ann. This is part of her small town romance series, I believe, that she's writing. I haven't read the first book, but the cover for this is really pretty and I'm interested to check it out. Then we have My Silver Lining by Laura Pavlov. This one is book 2 in her new small town romance series that she's writing. The first one came out in January, which I am still yet to read, but I'm excited for this second one. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. I think Laura Pavlov has some really pretty covers, and I've read some of her previous series and loved them, so really excited for that one. Then we have Something Like Fate by Amy Lee. This one I have actually already got a copy of because it was on the Amazon First Reads selection for February. So I haven't got to it, I haven't read it yet, but I will be reading that at some point, and I've read some of her other books and really enjoyed them. Then we have The Paris Express by Emma Donoghue. This one I'm really looking forward to. So it's historical fiction. I've not read anything by Emma Donoghue for a while. The last thing I read from her, and I think maybe the only thing I've read from her, is Room. But this one is historical fiction, and it takes place during the train crash that happened, I think it was like 1895 that it happened in Paris. And it's quite a well-known train crash. And there's some really striking images that were taken at the time. Basically, this train crashed through the barrier at the train station in Paris and was kind of left hanging out of the station onto the road. And it's quite a well-known crash, but I've not read anything set during this period, and I'm really interested to check out this one. The UK cover I don't necessarily like as much as the US cover. The US cover, which I will put them side by side, is really striking, I think, with the red colour, but the UK one I'm not as big a fan of, but I'm really excited to check out this book. I haven't read anything from this author in a while. Then we have Always a Fake Bridesmaid by Carrie Ann Ryan. I haven't read the first book in this series yet, but I am interested in checking out Carrie Ann Ryan's releases. I really want to go back and read the majority of her backlist. I am trying to make an effort to do that this year because I really enjoy her writing. Then we have Past the Broken Bridges by B. Celeste. B. Celeste wrote Under the Sycamore Tree, which I enjoyed, and she seems to write more emotional romances, so I'm interested to check that one out. Then we have Fable for the End of the World by Ava Reid. This one is a FF, I think, dystopian romance, which I'm interested in. I am intrigued by the cover. I kind of saw this one on one of the lists on Goodreads and I thought it sounded interesting, so that's why I put it down, but I don't really know too much about it. Then we have My Big Fat Fake Marriage by Charlotte Stein. Charlotte Stein is a author who I haven't read from before, but I have seen her book. I think her first book was called My Grumpy Sunshine or something like that, which I do have on my Kindle. I haven't got around to reading it yet, but I believe this one is going to be a marriage of convenience, like a fake dating type situation, which I'm really excited for, and I quite like the cover of this one as well, so definitely interested to check that out. Then we have 9 Month Contract by Amy Dawes. This one I'm really excited for. The cover is really beautiful and the premise of this sounds really interesting. Basically, our main hero has decided that he wants to be a father, and so I believe his friends put an advert out for looking for a surrogate, and obviously our heroine answers the advert and she's going to give birth to his child, but I don't think she's supposed to have any involvement, but obviously it's going to be their romance. Really looking forward to this one. I haven't read anything from this author previously, but I believe this is going to be a series, and the second book, the cover for that has also been released. I can't remember the title, but that cover looks really gorgeous as well, so I think I'm going to be pre-ordering it because I just really love the cover. Then I have If I Dig You by Colby Wilkins. This one, again, I don't know anything about. I've never heard of this author, but it is an FF romance. I'm really interested in checking out more FF romances, and the cover for this one looked really intriguing, so definitely interested to check that one out. I can't remember too much about the plot, but we'll see when I get to it. And then the last one I have is The Bane Witch by Ava Morgan. This one I was drawn in by the cover. I haven't read anything from this author previously, but this cover really intrigued me. The title sounds interesting and it's one that I'm looking... It's on my radar. I don't know if it's necessarily a top priority book, but it's definitely one that I am interested to check out. So they are all of the March releases that I'm aware of, that I'm excited for. If you have any March releases that you're excited for, please let me know and I will check them out. But as always, I will see you guys in my next video.